All right, gang, we're back with our Metcon for our at-home program Monday, November 16th. We've got 5 rounds for time, 6 alternating dumbbell power clean. Prescribed weight on that today is going to be 50 and 35 into 9 tuck-ups, and then finishing up with 12 of a new movement, which is a single leg RDL into a press. I'll go over that here in a moment. Let's talk about those power cleans to start. So ideally going a little bit heavier on this power clean than on our third movement, that RDL. Only the front head of that bell needs to touch the ground. Be sure to get your hips down. People tend to leave their hips high, especially when they get tired or start trying to move quickly through this movement. So hips down, try not to be rotated too much, keeping that shoulder back. That's why I think it's a good idea to put this other arm out to the side to help keep you a bit more square. Jump and then bend your elbow, and that way all that power goes into that weighted object. You can either switch on the way down, be sure to get those hips down, or you can set that bell down, switch, and go from there. On that catch, be sure to bend those knees. Those feet should be out in shoulder width, and then stand it all the way up to complete the rep. After that, you'll move to 9 tuck-ups. If you don't have a good hollow position on your tuck-ups, I want you to go bent knee sit-ups today, touching the ground behind you, getting shoulders forward of the hips at the top. And then I want you to tuck your heels in as close to your butt as you can while still managing that rep. And that'll help you build some of the foundational strength that will allow you to hold this hollow in the bottom. If we're going tuck-ups, low back touches the ground, hands and feet close to the ground but not touching. Explode up to this middle balance point. Your shoulders should be as high as your knees, hands not touching the legs, but just reaching out to the side, and then return down to that same position. Watch out for raising the knees, but not the shoulders. That's just a common flaw that we see on those tuck-ups. Finishing that round with 12 single leg RDL into a press. So we're going to be pushing the intensity on our first 2 movements today, working a bit slower on this one because it's new and it requires a ton of balance. Going for a lighter weight, I use 25. Honestly, wish I would have had like a 15 to use. You'll start single leg RDL, keep those arms long, reach long with your heel, and then as you get ready to stand, you're going to bring your knee, see, just lost my balance, into single leg flexion and press overhead. Bring it back down to that RDL, back up, single leg flexion and press. So if you need to, move slowly to maintain that balance. And then once you get the hang of it, you can speed it up a little bit, but still keep reaching long, still try to keep that balance. If you find yourself putting your toe down a lot, slow yourself down, drop weight if you have that ability. If you just can't keep your balance, you can kind of break this up into 3 pieces. You'll do a tap back RDL where you just barely tap that toe. You can stand tall, clean it up, one knee comes up too, press, and then you can always come back to that stand in the middle. That'll help you build some of the foundational pieces for that. Be sure to still move through that slowly. On that movement today, you'll do 6 on one side and then 6 on the other. You'll probably find that one side is a lot more difficult than the other. That's one of the reasons we're doing this, to help even up those asymmetries. So once again, push the intensity on power clean and tuck-ups today. Go a little bit lighter, a little bit slower on that single leg RDL to press. Your score today will be your total time. Good luck, and we'll see you guys back tomorrow for a longer Metcon.